Hi everyone, today I would like to show you guys my new built tank. So here, as you can see, is the controller. There are 3 controllers here, and here's the ammo box. So these are all the ammos here, as you can see, like these Technic pins here, as you can see here. There are a few of these ammos, and I'll explain to you how it works later. So this is the tank, as you can see. So it's pretty big. So here's my hand comparison. So it's about 1 hand big and about 1.5 hand tall ish. Including this, it's about 2 hands big long. So yeah, here's the tank. In the tank I used a total of 5 motors. So here's one motor, as you can see, XL motor. Here's the second one. This is for the shooting mechanism. And then there are 2 in there in here for like driving purposes, to like drive the tank. And there's also one motor to turn the this turret. This thing, as you can see here, can turn. So this is the basic outline of the tank. Here's the trunk where the bullet shoots out, and this tank actually shoots. So here's the battery box, and there's also a battery box under in here. As you can see, the battery box is here. So here's the turning paddle, as you can see here. And this tank runs on treads. So as you can see here, there are treads here. So like these are some really small ones, and there are 2 treads here, as you can see. This side there's also a few tracks, and here's the driving motor. There's also a driving motor down there, but there's a lot of wires. You probably can't really see clearly. So here is the outlook of the tank, basically. Now let's talk about how the tank drives first. So for driving the tank, I use 2 motors. So as you can see here, here is the bottom of the tank, and as you can see, there are 2 motors here, and the battery box is over here. So here are the 2 treads. How it drives is basically this motor, as you can see here. This one will power a gear in there, which is a small one, and will then turn this gear here. It's a gear ratio to turn this tread here. So this tread on the right side is powered by this motor, and on the left side, same thing. It's powered by this motor and transmits the energy here to the tread. So here's the driving system, basically. So as you can see here, this is what happens when I take off the top of the cover of the tank. So here's the battery box, I put it here. Here's the receiver, and here's the big motor geared down, so it's easier for this to load up the gun and shoot. So here's the shooting mechanism. As you can see, the energy flows through here and through this gear and through the axle to this gear. And then this gear will then transfer energy by turning this gear here. It will then pull this one up, like this thing here, and then it will pull back on here, as you can see. It slides back, this one, and then the force will push the bullet out towards this way and out here. So this is basically how it works. As you can see here, when we turn the battery box on, here is the controller. So when we push this down, it rotates this gear. I will then push this up, this one, and then it will then shoot the bullet out. Here are 2 rubber bands. So these store energy to push the bullet out. And for the turning mechanism, as you can see here, I used a worm gear and an L motor here. As you can see, the L motor is here and the worm gear is over here. So it turns this plate, which is basically like this plate right here. It's basically like this turning plate. So it's hidden in here. So when this motor turns, the worm gear will spin this turning plate and will then turn this turret up here. So I'll show you how it's done. Here, let me just do this. And then once we turn this on, you can just, I built a little contraption here to make sure when we want to go this way. So if we look at it this way, if we turn this wheel, as you can see here, if we turn it to the left, this one will spin to the left. And if the wheel is turned to the right or clockwise, then the turret will spin to the right. As you can see, it's basically like how you drive, but it just controls how the tank moves. This tank also has the function to move this turret upwards, so it can shoot towards the sky. As you can see here, it can control it going upwards and downwards. So this allows it to go up when you turn it this way. So as you can see, the motor here will push this upwards. And here's the gearing. So here, as you can see, is the Excel motor. So this one converts the energy into this, and it then pushes this up. So you might ask, what is this used for? So this one prevents the motor from pushing this too hard and breaking the gears, because it does not allow it to go too high up. So it will stop it. As you can see here, here's how it works. So this, as you can see, will stop the turret from going upwards when this thing is blocked by it. So this is basically how it works. So here's the Excel motor, and when you want it to go down, you can just do this, and it will go down. So unfortunately, my IR receiver doesn't work, so I couldn't really control it with this controller. But it did build a bit of a contraption here, not really, which signals which way like the turret can go. But if my IR receiver works, I could show you guys. When this one is pushed upwards, then the turret will go up. So this is a little contraption I built on my own. And then here I also built two small contraptions. So this one controls how the turret moves, as shown just now. So this one basically uses basically you're just converting energy. So as you can see here, when this wheel is turned, these 3x1 bars will push this upwards or downwards according to wherever you want. So as you can see here, you can turn this, and when you turn this pushes things down, as you can see. And when this one is here, it can then push this bar down, which then will turn the thing. So it makes more sense, because otherwise, if you pull this down, you might not know which direction you're going and really mess up. So that's the little invention I made. And also for here, this is the shooting mechanism. This one, I built it to only allow it to go backwards. So I can only like push this one backwards. I can't really push it front, as you can see here. Well, like lightly. If I do it hard, of course I'll be able to do it. But lightly, if I do it backwards, I can only do it like this. This is just achieved by not allowing this to go like this, but having these two stoppers pushing downwards so it stops it from moving. So here is where you place the ammo. So here's the hole, as you can see. So I just have to place it in the hole and it'll shoot on its own. It can go forwards, it can go backwards, it can turn, whichever way you want. So this motion is powered by the two motors at the bottom as shown just now. And then press this button here and it'll shoot. This one turns it. And these two make it go forwards and backwards. So this is basically how it's done. This controller is basically useless. So yeah. So for shooting, just gotta press this button here and watch the bullets fly from the barrels. It can shoot about 9 bullets. So this is the maximum. So once it finishes shooting, as you just saw, the white stick will fall down because the ammo has ran out. As you can see, these are the ammos. They fly out from there and hit the wall. So yeah, here's a bit of a demo of my tank. Thank you. And please subscribe and share the video.